Every 50 minutes, someone in the United States has died from a drunk driving accident. According to the academic journal called Drunk Driving of the NHTSA, which is an acronym for the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, at some point in our lives, that person could be someone we know, have seen, or have loved. Drunk driving has the potential to take the lives away from tens of thousands of Americans every single year. That is why those people who have more than one DUI on their driving records should have their driver's licenses taken away immediately and permanently. These people don't deserve the privilege of being able to drive because they are very likely to drive under the influence again, violate the same law more than one time, and are just downright irresponsible people. Statistics show that over a third of fatal DUI accidents actually come from repeat offenders. This is because the chances of getting into a fatal car accident are higher with repeat DUI offenders on the road, according to the statistics in an informative article called Repeat Drunk Driving Offenders. Using the statistics given, I actually created a pie chart for you guys so you can visually see how many fatal DUI accidents are contributed by repeat offenders. And here it is. It's just a visual. So the green area that you saw was the amount of fatal DUI accidents that were caused by drunk people behind a wheel. These people didn't learn their lesson from their first DUI, and innocent families are suffering as a result. As you can tell, that green area was far larger than it needed to be. Someone that you know or love could have been part of that green shaded area, created by these DUI drivers who have broken the same law multiple times. It is only right to protect those who we know and love by permanently taking away the driver's licenses of people with with multiple DUIs. This is the right thing to do because each time they drive, they put our lives at risk. People who drive under the influence are the most dangerous type of drivers on the roads, according to the academic journal called Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism from the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. It just doesn't make sense to let those who violate the same law over and over again keep their driver's licenses. In the informative article called Drug and Alcohol Dependence by Dr. Roberts from Yale School of Medicine, it actually shows that the repeat of DUI offender population is riddled with high levels of recidivism. If you don't know what recidivism is, well, I'll tell you. Recidivism is the tendency for a criminal to reoffend. It is statistically proven that DUI offenders are very likely to violate the same law that cost people their lives over and over again if we let them. These people violate the same laws, not caring about the effects of their actions, which would make them a very irresponsible group of people. Being able to drive a car is a privilege in the United States and should be treated as such. When irresponsibility meets recklessness, DUI offenders are created. DUI offenders are just naturally less responsible people, at least according to the scholarly article called Repeat Drunk Drivers and the Neurobiology of Risk from the Association of Psychological Science, which states that different DUI offenders shared the same characteristic of having of higher cortisol levels. So cortisol is just a stress hormone that influences your cognitive responses. So higher cortisol levels basically means riskier behavior, which is exactly why repeat DUI offenders are just naturally less responsible people, because they naturally have riskier behavior. In conclusion, this population is prone to riskier behavior. The high levels of cortisol in their systems contributes to their reckless behavior. The high levels of recidivism almost guarantee us that they are going to drive under the influence again at some point. We should come to an agreement and say that DUI repeat offenders should have their licenses taken away after their second offense because they are likely to drive under the influence again, break the same law multiple times, and are an irresponsible group of people within society. They had their second chance and they blew it. Why are we risking the lives of our friends, families, or loved ones for people who abuse a privilege that they were given? Again, driving is just a privilege and should be treated as such. As the saying goes, fool us one time, shame on them. Fool us two times, get your license privilege taken away permanently.